What's going on, YouTube? Is Don and B all day. Don't let the shirt fool you. I am not with NASA. I'm an idiot. But I'm an idiot with a whole bunch of freaking knives. So today, one of those bunch of freaking knives is the Buck Maverik. And one of the really cool things about this injection molded nylon handle is that it's ambidextrous, which I freaking love, because being a lefty, you lefties know we are left out of so many things. So the sheath itself has the lanyard strap, leg strap, or just neck strap is probably what they mean it for, because I don't think you'd need a leg strap for this. So it looks like it's a it could be used as a neck knife, and the knife goes in a lot better when you don't put it in upside down. So if you take off the handle, I mean the belt clip, now you have a really appropriate neck knife size, which works. So this is really good in my book. I think that's pretty decent, but we are talking mainly about this. We have 7 inches overall. Got the stone wash finish on the blade, G10 handles. You got about a 3 1/4 inch blade, some just short of that. Fantastic. There is jimping all the way through for that little bit of added grip, and because it's not beneath the scales, it actually works. Having that jimping there, you can feel it in every point of contact. It's not abrasive, no hot spots, no nothing like that. It's just really good. The steel is 420 HC, and it's good, man. Made in the USA. It's got a great little shape, you know, a perfect little skinner. There's no unneeded down the line jimping. It's got the little camel hump there that's just boop, perfect for the finger. It's got this little slot right here, which is great for measuring distances. I don't know what the hell those are for. It looks nice. There's probably a real purpose, but remember that whole part about not being this and being this? That's why I don't know what that is. And I'm pretty sure I could look it up, maybe ask some questions, but I don't care. It's a great knife the way it is. So let's test this edge real quick. And yeah, I'd say, and I'm pretty sure you'd agree with me by the amount of hair I'm holding, that thing is shave sharp. I mean, that is out of the box shave sharp. And not only is it out of the box shave sharp, but I've had this for a few months now. This is one of those that I've just been sitting on and holding on to, and haven't gotten done the review yet until today. So the scales are actually held on with little tiny star bits. You can see them right there. It's one side, so real easy. You can take them off, put them on, whatever you want to do. Honestly, it's a nice little G10 scale, so I can't see the need to take them off. However, if you loosen them, you can tighten them back up. Pretty simple. So let's go use this really sharp edge. I'm not gonna, the shape is kind of ugly, you know what I mean? It looks like one of those animals that nobody wants to cuddle, but it doesn't matter because it still works good. I'll cuddle with it. So let's go use it. All right, first things first. We are going to sear through this plastic bottle as if it were our plastic bottle enemy. Enemy. Here we go. And that was pretty simple. It's just clean, easy cut. And you look at the blade size compared to the bottle, there's not much there, so I had to catch it with every bit of edge this thing owns, and it was just flawless. Such a great little cutter. As a matter of fact, we'll hold on to this. It's a Skinner, so let's skin with it. Look at this. Look at this. Some people do the paper test. Well, we got the plastic test. We'll even do it this way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It just slices through everything. I mean, and it's easy slicing. up here where the bottle's a little thicker. Boop, boop, boop. I'm telling you guys, I can only boop so much before you understand what I'm talking about. This thing is sure ARP. Let's keep going. All right, so I got me some of this nice stiff bark off the tree here, and what I'll do is, let's see if we can make it so you can actually see it. We're going to go through some of this here, and what I'm going to do is just skin along and take nice cuts right off of there. And I mean, it's just clean cutting. See if we can get it so you guys can actually see what I mean. If I go too hard, I'm going to crack it, so I just want a nice even slices, and it's just, I mean, awesome, flawless cutter. Let's see if we can get that. It's going to shatter if I press too hard, but you could see that. I mean, it's just awesome. Yeah, that didn't really do much, but let's see. So you can see right there how easy this thing cuts. And okay, so we know that thin pieces of bark and plastic water bottles are no problem. What about some log? Now, this is not a chopper, and I believe it is a hollow grind, so it's not made to chop. But what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can't just take out a little tiny chunk of this. And I'm thinking that because it's so sharp, what we're going to do, watch this. We're going to make some down cuts, and then we're going to flip it. And then we're going to make some more down cuts. And what that's going to do, it's going to go against each other, and we're going to make a little tiny hole. Now, I don't know if you can see it, dark light. This light spot is going through. So it's not a chopper, but what I wanted to show you guys here is that it's so sharp that even with some light tapping, you can get through. I mean, 72 days later, you're going to get through, but it's no problem as far as an edge. There's no problem getting through things. So you see, let's see. Look at this. Look at that. Look how sweet that cut is. Boop. Gone. Just gone. I mean, it's a great cutting knife. Let's go check balance and scales. All right. So when I took my oath as a knife reviewer, as a fair and unbalanced, unbiased knife reviewer, I raised my right hand and I said, I hereby do solemnly swear to not bullshit you about these blades. Well, I was serious about that, so I am not going to bullshit you. This thing's awesome, man. I really like it. All right, so let's see if it'll drop straight. It is bigger in the rear and has more weight in the rear. And as you can see, even though it's some lightweight G10 handles, it is dropping at an angle. Even when it sticks at an angle. That one was going over. We'll try one more time so we can get a good 2 out of 3 there. And you can see just by dropping at around 4 feet high, it starts to pull. So it's not something that you have to worry about. You're up on the porch. If you drop it, it's not going to land into the driveway and break. There's a good shot it's going to turn. Let's check the scale tightness with some hard downward throws, and we'll even see if we can stick one. Oh yeah, of course. Check the bite. The bite's not too bad. Let's see. It's not a prying knife. It's a skinner, but we are going to pry a little. And all right, hey, it took out a chunk of wood. Now you'll notice that it's like 1/10 of an inch thick or whatever. I can't remember, but it's thick all the way to the tip. So you have a nice strong. Let's chop that down. You have a nice strong tip all the way through the blade. You're going to have a pretty even thickness. I really like that. It maintains strength all the way through the blade, unlike some other skinners where it really tapers down. You saw with the Schrade, which I loved. I snapped the tip off that little Schrade old-timer skinner. It happens. It just happens. But this thing I have a little bit more confidence in. So let's see. Oh, you know what? We got some we've got some stuff here. We've got some stuff here we can just cut through, and cut through with no problem, apparently, because that's what this thing does. It shreds twine. So, okay, so that's pretty easy. Let's take some of this. Got some of this laying around. This is vacuum cleaner hose. All right, so let's open it up. No problem. And we will just take it apart. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, I mean, let's check the edge now. Let's see, are we still sharp? Oh, man. Man. We are... Whoop, I got right out of frame. We are still sharp. Look at all that. Look at all that. So, cutting through a bunch of crap. And I even chopped with it, guys. We chopped hardwood with a skinner, and it still shaves sharp. That's cutting through twine, vacuum cleaner hose, and chopping hardwood. It still shaves sharp. And it's been in my possession for a few months, and it's been used while in my possession. And when I say my possession, that's because I bought it. This was not some donor for me to test. I bought it, I paid for it, and I'm really liking it so far. So let's go do something else. So they say that a knife is only as good as the person wielding it. Well, if that were the case, then these knives would suck. I'm all right with these things. All right, so let's do a little shaving here. Knock off some wood instead of knock on wood or knock around your wood. Let's just take some off here. So I have to say that that's happening pretty easily. I mean pretty easily. So if I need to make spikes for a trap, no problem. Dead animals all day long. Protect my campsite if I have to. That I can do no problem. If I need to make a fire and I need some feather sticking done, I'll tell you what, I could do that all day long and give you guys some of the sweetest curls you'd ever see. This is like, what's that chick's name? Not Goldilocks, and not Betty Boop. What's that other chick's name? You guys know the one I'm talking about. She used to dance all the time. Old with all the curls. Susie Q. I don't know. But check that out, man. Check that out. Easy money. This thing gets it done. Yeah. So we'll make a. I'm way out. You know, guys, I keep leaving you, but really, I wasn't, switching the stick or the blade. I was just making a good little notch. Maybe we can make a flute. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Let's finish that off with a Lincoln log notch. You know, if you're doing some fire building or some shelter building, you need to be able to make these kind of notches. And I'll tell you, I am off camera. You guys are getting a good shot of my shoulder and a bad shot of my blading. But as you can see, no problem. I'll hold it way up, like I'll hold my arms like this so you guys can see everything. Yeah, very, very nice. It's just a good little knife. Does everything I need it to, and even what it's made to do. So let's take this old hard soccer ball. That's good soccer ball leather right there. And if we're talking about skinning an animal, well, that's what we're talking about doing right there, guys. That's what we're talking about. You know, if you're buying this knife for the purpose that it's made, you're going to need to skin. And it's good. It's really good. Now, this thing's crazy lightweight, and normally I like to throw the knives and see how they fly. But this isn't something that is going to be able to fly through the air and carry any weight to stick with. So throwing this thing is probably ill-advised, because I'm going to look like a tool missing 1,000 times. Even if I hit it into the tip, it's so light that it might just fall out. I mean, there's only one way to know, though, right? Let's go find out. Uh-oh. You guys. Hey, you know what? Just come with me. Just come with me. Let's go do this together. I got any boogies? All right, so I'm going to set you up, and then we'll get started. Well, that wasn't difficult. It sure seemed it when I couldn't press the damn stop button. All right, so we're going to try and throw it. Why? because I'm Donnie B all day, damn it, and it's what I do. Well, that wasn't expected. All right, let's try this again. All right. Yeah. Well, guys, if you are subscribed to my channel, well, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my fucking channel. But if you aren't subscribed to my channel, I mean, if you are, you know that I'm really good at this. So, all right, it took the second time. What I did is I just changed the grip from sideways to 4, and I found out that I was getting a much better turn doing it that way. And that thing actually flew in very, very nicely and stuck in very, very nicely. So if you need to kill a chipmunk from 7 yards away, good luck, because I threw this one from only 5. And I didn't hit the spot I was exactly aiming for. However, it did its job. Right on! So it's the Buck Maverik. And what do I think of it? Well, I'll tell you what. I think the Buck Maverik is a absolute gem of a skinner. This thing, I mean, it looks cool with the Stonewash and the G10 together, but it handles so much better than it looks. It's just a really, really good little knife. I put it through, you know, general testing, things that, you know, the blade might have to face while you're out in the wilderness with it, or even at home with it. And it remained as sharp as it did when I began my testing. So, I mean, I have to say kudos to Buck again for making yet another great knife. This one, super sharp, really comfortable in the hand, even for a very thin handle. To have extra large hands and be able to grip this and feel good at the grip, that's pretty special. I like the sheath. I like that it's ambidextrous. I like that you can take off the belt clip or the belt loop there and use it as a neck knife. I like everything about this. There isn't one part of this knife that I found that really, you know, doesn't do it for me. You know, the overall shape of the blade is a little goofy, you know, looks like the non-popular dinosaur, but outside of that, this thing is pretty fantastic. So if you're looking for a good little skinner and you don't like the other ones I gave you, which you should because I gave you some pretty good ones, go get yourself a Buck Maverik. These are sub 50 and they are completely worth it. And I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.